This is Down's Life and Safety, and this is where a person goes if they find a fire. So today in this video, or episode of the fire alarms, I'm going to be revealing which country I am in. If you look at the characters, that you can clearly tell that was definitely not English. You could probably guess it was Chinese. If you came from China or learned simplified Chinese, you couldn't read it. Well, I'm in a place that uses traditional Chinese. The two major places that use traditional are Taiwan and Hong Kong. This is not Hong Kong, so I'm in Taiwan. So yeah, I'll be explaining all the many of the common safety devices and appliances that are used in Taiwan. In this episode, we're going to look at what happens when someone finds a fire. Ready to see the pull station, or what they would call fire alarm box, or I'm trying to read Chinese here, so 小福星. Alright, ready? Here it is. This is an older version and flush-mounted version of the fire alarm, of the firebox. You can tell it's a little flush-mounted. And you can see this is not exactly what you would find in America. You can see here that first there is a fire hydrant inside. I'll open it. We have a fire hydrant in here, the valve there. And then you have clear markings that say fire hydrant. Of course not in English because this is an older device. Oh wow, this doesn't lock, fail. We're just gonna leave this alone. If we go on top, we have several things. In here we have a little cover, and if you look closely inside, there's a bell. Yeah, you can't really read it well, but there's a bell inside. In here you have a lamp. Now this is something that is required with all push stations and manual fire alarm call points. This is according to Article 130 of the Taiwanese Fire Code. A light is required at all manual call points. I'm assuming this is just so that someone can easily find it if there's ever a fire. And yeah. We have an on-off switch, which I'm not exactly sure what it does. It could possibly activate something that has to do with the fire hydrant. And finally here we have what they would call a broadcaster. The top labels here says 火灾报知机 报知机, which what they would call a fire announcer. We would just call this a push station. So, or if you're English, a call point. We also have in here a 火警请强压, which is in case of fire, please push hard. So, of course, this. So yeah, this here is glass. To reset it is actually surprisingly simple. There's this red button in here that if you push it, it will actually reset the station for the next use. And so let's go over with the notification appliances part 1. So in the Taiwanese fire code, you have 2 ways of notifying people of a fire. Standard-wise, this light is required to blink. In other countries, you don't have this light blinking. So, but in Taiwan, you will have it. So people will have a visual indicator to see if there's a fire. And that's why part of the reason why I recorded that the video back in the store I was at. The light was blinking very slowly. Normally, it would be blinking a little faster, but. So yeah, I was a little curious about, and I still don't know why it was blinking like that. But anyway, back to the audible notification appliances. You have a bell here, and that is it's defined as a fire alarm ring. Now with these fire boxes, you can have a bell in here, or you can have a bell that's set up above the fire hydrant. This is supposed to ring immediately after this is pushed. They don't have a specific coding with these, but it can be the common ones such as code 3 or continuous. All right, here's a final look at the firebox. Now, just in case you're wondering, it is required that a fire hydrant must be installed right below the components of a fire alarm system. Additionally, there is no set format to how you want to arrange these. The light could be on the right, it could be on the left, the bell could be in the center, which is usually most common. Or you could not have this at all and have just a pull station here, have a light here, and then have a bell right above on the wall. So yeah, that's basically just it.
Here is a light for the fire telephone. I took a picture of it because the flash that I turned on the flash and it looked like the light was on, and it's actually not. This here is an emergency outlet that is sometimes put on the fireboxes. It's required to have lights to indicate operation and location. I think the lights is to indicate how many outlets there are.
So I'm also at another cabinet at the apartment complex. Exit sign. Here's a hydrant. I forgot how to say this word.
That says 消福栓, and that's fire hydrant.
Here we have instructions on how to operate this. Oh, this one's a little bit strange. It's not assembled, but I think it has to do. I'm not sure why they didn't assemble this. But oh yeah, I also forgot to mention. This is generally reserved for firefighter use, so I guess that's why they don't have it connected right now. But anyway, both, if you know how to use it in the general public, you can also use it, or two, you'll find these most commonly inside large buildings where they won't have outdoor fire hydrants. They'll have a large cabinet for this reserved for firefighter use when they need it. Here's another one of the firebox, the second part of the firebox. This one is a little different. For this one, after you push it, there's also a light in here. You can see it at the top, right there. You have a lever that's to reset it. You push up. This one is reserved for a fire telephone. If you want to do it, you can watch SCR Safety's video about this. This one says fire alarm broadcast starter, fire push plus, fire plus push, which is, yeah, a little odd title. Not fire, don't push. All right. This light, I think, is a pump light indicating that when this is being used or when it's ready to be used. This one's the same thing. There's a vent. That's what this is. Here's the wiring for all of this. And then you have a bell in there. And the wire goes on there. So yeah, here we go. Thank you for watching this video, and look forward to see you in the next episode.